Hello, hello. What's going on, guys? It is No Noise Research, Z-Rex, coming at you live on September 8th, 2018. A little later night. Just wanted to do a quick little video before I go out for the evening, because we did have some price action that's worthy of talking about. So let's get it in and go ahead and jump right in. I already have the chart pulled up, as you can see, but we're going to back up just a little bit and go to the market cap. So this is not looking real hot. We were talking about how we wanted this to stay above the 200 after it sold off, 40 billion in a day. Looking pretty nice, then stalled, sold off, accepting this price action here, and it looks like the bears are going to maintain some of their control. This volume has tapered drastically. As y'all can see, the bulk of it was here on this initial sell-off right after it. So let's see if that continues to pick up here. Right now, 200 billion-ish is going to now be resistance, since price has officially closed below that level. So that is a switch. Another notable switch that continues, or trend I should say, not a switch. Another notable fact and trend here is the Bitcoin dominance level is almost 56% now. It continues to grow, and it has been for a long time. I've talked about this in detail in some of my other videos. Please go check it out. I'll only briefly kind of talk about it here. They are timestamped, so you can easily hit that. You don't have to watch like the whole show. Bam, get in and out. But I do think that the rally obviously has to start with Bitcoin, right? If you don't know that, well, now you do. That's generally accepted right now. Bitcoin is the mama bear. So it's slowly growing, and so it's gonna have to get the rally to get started back up. So if Bitcoin doesn't go up, then none of these alts are gonna go up. Yeah, there's gonna be outliers. I know there has been a few. Dogecoin, Dash has performed fairly well. There's been some, but overall, they're still going to get beat up by the US dollar pair as well as Bitcoin goes down, right? So before the market takes off, everyone knows now Bitcoin needs to lead the pack. If institutional money and larger money, they're probably going to start getting into Bitcoin before they go buy a bunch of shit coins. And institutional money that's been in it is going to dump shit coins to buy back into Bitcoin, because they know it's going to start there. And in short, like I said, I talk about this in great detail in other videos, but to kind of wrap that up, since everyone knows it starts there, why the money's going to flow to that part of this crypto sector, and when it starts going up, some of that will fall off to the side, the money that is. So you got price action, like Bitcoin's going up, I don't know, let's say it just doubles or whatever. As it's doing that, money's going to come off and peel off of those rallies and then go and support altcoins. So, and before all that happens, everybody knows it's a bear market, all that kind of stuff. Big money knows that. We're all watching the same chart. But why wouldn't you go park into the place where you know it's going to have to start anyway? Right? That's my view on it. So, 200 is now resistance. It's pretty wild seeing this sub 200, I must say. Let's go back to like the last year. Yeah, it's pretty much was that low here back last fall. So if we go a little bit before that to, I guess, forever is the next range. That's a little too far out. Yeah, so we're just gonna skip that part and stay at this little tighter range. But yeah, we haven't seen this in about the last year. So interesting to see what price will do here. As you can tell, the volume on this generally is pretty weak for the last couple months in both directions. So very neutral there. See what the chart tells us. One of the biggest things that did happen from yesterday's video is we did close below that 6,200-ish level that I talked about, and it was only by about $19, but it did do it. And as I stated in that video, my stance is still the same. Even though that did happen, I'm slightly more bearish than I was yesterday, but I just don't like this range right here to just get aggressive. If you're sitting on a short already, yeah, that's cool, whatever. You know, good job. But like to initiate right here, the risk to reward ratio is not in your favor. So yeah, I'm not going to be doing that. One could actually make a better argument for risk to reward. Oops. Do Control Z on that. Risk reward actually of getting long, because in this box we've had major support. You know, you can look anywhere between here depending on your flavor of 500 to a few $100s in risk, or if you really had big cojones, then you might even look down to this hardcore support, and you might be wondering where that's drawn from. It's the total bottom of like all this, and so that's just like the extra, like, oh crap. If we break on the daily below that, it's gonna get real nasty. But right now, you know, that is not that far away. It's only like 600 bucks away. But I think more notably, being boxed in this range that we've been in this whole year pretty much. I mean, I don't want to initiate big because bulls can just rip face like bears did, and all the bears got super excited in the last few days, you know, just like they did over here too. And then it went sideways and rallied up, albeit pretty shittily. But like over here, same thing, kind of a little sell-off, make a little slight, you know, inverted head and shoulders, and then pop off. It almost was like a move too, a little bit higher. It's almost perfect little setup. But then they got slapped. So bulls got excited. Then bears got excited. Bulls, that's how this works. It's like a sine wave, right? So now, though, since the bears are excited, they could definitely come in here and just slap the hammer and we could come test this, but I want to see dailies below this whole green box that we've been in since I've been making these videos for the last couple months. And we'll continue to do so, even if Bitcoin goes down to $1,300, which is a not likely, but it's a possibility. It definitely could. I think that might be a little bit low. I would look more for something along this super long-term trend line here, this first one, or this ultimately long one. Like, it would have to do it right now, right, to get to like 1,300. But the more time goes by, the higher those resistance levels become. I think it'd be real tough for it to get below like 3,000-ish. That would be hardcore support. But right now, hardcore support is about 6K, as it clearly has been showing us. So, don't get ahead of ourselves here, but do be aware that that totally could happen. But being at the bottom part of this consolidation, I'm not itching and will not be taking shorts here, even though it did break the 200. I just said I'd get a little bit more bearish, and now it broke it, but like it was just so weak of the breaking. And on booty volume, well below average volume right here, which you can see. Let's go big screen so you can see Mo Beta. On below average volume, so I would like to see proof. Give me one more candle that gets down into here, closer to 6,000, and that would be a lot better than what just printed. So I'm cautiously bearish. I'm not short. I'm waiting for confirmation, and like we've been talking about in these videos, like sometimes when price does this, oscillators are very inaccurate and can trap you a lot. As you can see, the trend line has actually been one of the best things to trade off of in kind of Fibonacci retracements. This was a 618. This red box is drawn from a couple different 618s that I measured in extensions as well. So, you know, that seems to be holding up better than a lot of your oscillators, RSI, MACDs, etc., DMIs, anything that you might use. And so when they do that, go sideways, it's best to be real simple. And trading, you can just do that, and bam, and just look at literal price, and that's all. And just wait. And that's kind of the approach that I'm doing right now. I do really want to kind of, like, I want to get long here, but I'm trying. It's like, no, hold on. Hold on. It is hard not to do it, though. We'll see how the rest of this weekend goes. I'm kind of just waiting for the weekend to end. So, with that said, kind of not much change except for the closing barely below 6,200. Let's see what happens, like I said, through this weekend. Ethereum, though, has been just taking it on the damn chin. Gosh, it's just been brutal. We've been talking about it for weeks. It's been weak. It's been it's too many weeks in there. It has been showing just no power at all. It's being a little punk, and it's being scrubby as hell. So it's been kind of the canary. It never got above its 21 moving average. I did think it would probably pop a little bit to at least just test like these lows, but it couldn't even get over 300. Over 300, I was like, no, we're done. Hang it up. It's like, oh, dang, okay. Well, interesting point of price. Where it did go is right to the bottom of this channel that it's been in since the all-time highs. So again, guys, yeah, this is, you got to be careful here. You don't want to get too crazy and start getting FOMO to the downside, which what we talked about yesterday, that's just as bad as to the upside. You can get just as beat up. So, oh, sorry, did not mean to go that far. I was just trying to draw this flag. We were kind of talking about this little flag, or it could have been, you know, a pennant, or what, or not a pennant, I'm sorry, just how you draw the flag, whatever, who cares. You measure that down from here. Then that puts us like way lower, right? It puts us at $100 Ethereum roughly. It was that range that we kind of measured yesterday. If this comes out of the channel for another few days and does that, it's gonna be looking real nasty, y'all. It really is. All the oscillators are still very bearish on Ethereum. Now the way they can clean up real good right now is to consolidate and just do a little pop over the next 5 to 7 days, and these will set pretty decent divergences on most of the indicators. So that's why this risk to reward right here for being short is a little scary now. It was awesome before, and great job if you jumped on those. I applaud you. But now, like, people are, like, wanting to jump on the short train, and it's like, oh, man, be careful, please. Be careful. This is not financial advice, of course. Whatever, do whatever the hell you want with your money. But this is what I'm thinking and my thoughts and how I'm kind of playing this. And as you can see, though, the volume is continuing to. Here's a 4-hour. We are already setting a little bit of divergence on the 4-hour from the candle that just printed about 40 minutes ago on this one. So bears are going to need to step up pretty much now if they want to go ahead and get it in. And now and hard, you know, like going from 64 to 62 isn't really, that's nothing, 200 bucks. And I'm referencing Bitcoin. That's nothing. That's why kind of the title of the video and the thumbnail is like kind of they creeping by to just actually go ahead and gun down the bulls and just do this. Y'all know my first videos, that's what I actually want. And y'all are probably like, man, screw this guy. This guy's a piece of shit, man. Why would he want that? Because that brings true capitulation to this market. And then we can move forward really good. And then it's out of the way. We don't have to think about it anymore. Right now, it's just like this looming cloud of like, oh, at any day, like, we could just lose. Or any, you know, few days up to like about a week or so, we could just lose, you know, 50%. In all of the crypto markets, and I just would rather have it get out of the way now so we don't have to wait until the next run up. Because if they trick everybody and just pop it from here and go back to all-time highs and then stall out there and fake it out, you know, and do like a little double top, then they're gonna really slam it, and it'll be like, invert this chart, it'll be like that. So we do need to be very cautious and cognitive of the directions that crypto and assets in general can go, this happens in traditional markets too, you know. So let's go to the Litecoin, because we love the Litecoin. Good old Charlie Lee, although he said he'd never buy anymore. Maybe I don't love him. No, I don't really care. I think he's a good dude. Here we are, beating up this channel, extending it more. I just had to add some to it. We can just keep going. There's nothing on Litecoin right now that looks super great. On the daily, looks bearish. The 3-day is bearish. The 4 hour is starting to put in a little bit of divergences. So that is like our only hope right now for bulls. For bears, you're just happy. But don't become a new bear right now. That's very dangerous. Very dangerous. Existing bears, though, even from this, if you played this flag or you're playing this flag, that was on a lot of the big boys, you know, that's great. Perfect. It played out very nicely. So that was awesome. But now, with more data, you're starting to see a little bit of divergences build. So, and again, since we've been in this damn range for so damn long back here, and it's not as evident on Litecoin as it is on Bitcoin, but we're stabilizing in that range, which I'm pulling up now. Stabilizing in this range for so long, almost the whole year since the initial mean sell-off, just kind of chilling. So I can't get super all-time bearish 500x get short unless we break like 5,500 on a daily. Then I'll be like, oh crap, here we go. It's going down. Or yeah, it's going down hardcore. Anyway, let's see. Let's go back to, actually, let's just skip Litecoin because that's already what it is. It's the same. It looks like the Bitcoin right now. Dang it, slipping in there with Bittrex. All right. Here's the Ripple. Still kind of holding up on this support from the last time when it put this little hammer in. Ripple is actually showing hardcore divergence on the daily. So that's interesting. No, it's not hardcore. I'm sorry. Let me retract that. It's just okay. It is just showing weakness, not so much great divergence. Sorry about that, guys. But you are showing the bears getting a lot weaker, and the bulls are trying to, but technically off of DMI, the bears are in control at the moment on the daily. On the 3-day, wow, the bears on the 3-day on DMI have actually been in control since 80 cents, y'all. That's pretty wild. Imagine just shorting there and you only use the 3-day, the long-term time frames, and you didn't even look at Bitcoin until, it'd be awesome. Yeah, you only made one trade in 5-6 months, but so what does that matter? If it makes money, and then you don't have to watch it all the time. If you don't want to sit there and sweat it, and, you know, trading on longer time frames is great. You know, if you got a life and family and other things that you have to do and take care of, you probably shouldn't trade on anything below a daily. You got no business in there. On certain assets, I'd probably take it to 3-day or weekly even, especially in traditional markets. In crypto, though, you could kind of go with the daily. Although the 3-day is real nice in the crypto world. All right. Let's see here. You are getting a little divergence on the 4-hour. Not surprising. It's not great. Doesn't look as good as the Litecoin and the Bitcoin one. So, again, guys, it's not really changed. We just got to wait to see if Bitcoin's going to hold this support. That's what everybody is waiting on. One thing that did get slapped hard in this is EOS. It's back in that critical support zone and buy zone that we discussed back over here, which ended up yielding very well. But now this is different. This is not the same chart as it was. It was just like this before. Now we have all this more new data bouncing, getting rejected off of the long-term moving average, also the trend line, also hammering and chiseling away at the 21 EMA, and then broke it with conviction with his engulfing. And then ever since that happened, it's just been selling off. So it's not as pretty as here. Now, is there the same type of support here? Yeah, definitely. There definitely is. You can see it ratcheted up here, and now it's kind of getting caught in this middle part of the channel. Below 440 though, on a daily close is going to look real bad. Again, what the hell is Bitcoin going to do, right? So let's just go ahead and let's see, jump to XLM. That's what I wanted to look at, because I think it was finally, yep, there it is, getting out of this support box. All right, so go ahead and delete that. It's not as relevant. You do have a lot of support here and here, but this isn't looking super great by any means. So be very careful with the Stellar. You're like, well, dude, IBM just said they got WorldWire, man. So who uses it? Saw one like article. I hope this guy's wrong, but he was saying that out of the top 28 coins or something, it's like most of them don't have more than 400 active users or some insane number that just made me want to cry about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general. XLM is looking pretty, it's actually neutral on the daily though, which is kind of interesting right here. How about on the 3-day? Because Ripple's been booty for a while on the 3-day. Yeah, not near as bad, although I don't have near as much data either, so kind of like less relevant. All right, let's go back to some BTC with final thoughts, because I must leave. Tomorrow we'll be back, though, as par planned, as our par usually planned anyway. So all the resistance up here, 618, long-term moving average, trend line, exhaustion, weakness, Goldman Sachs, I'm putting quotes up right now, says an article and it dumps it. No, this was just technical weakness in general. Now, did it get a little exaggerated because of that? Most likely. But that's okay. That happens. Doesn't matter. It's price. Just watch the price. The news is almost irrelevant. Almost irrelevant. Because Trump could like tweet, I love Bitcoin. It's legal tender in the United States. Executive order. Now that kind of news is a big deal. Although you must wonder, Japan did that, and Bitcoin didn't do anything. It actually stalled and didn't rally for like a month. So, I don't know. It's pretty wild. I know price is king. I do know that, though. So here we are, hovering. Don't jump on the short train right now. You missed it. Don't FOMO. Do not FOMO. Okay? Patience is what you need here, young grasshopper. Patience is key. Price ranges are very important. You are starting to see a little bit of divergence on the 4-hour on Bitcoin. And, oh, as we talk, oh yeah, I wanted to bring this back up too. With the hourly on the DMI, as we talked about how it was like being neutral right here. And then, or back over here, right before it sold off. And to see if the bulls can get power by getting above the 26-ish level. And they tried right here for just a second, right when they got over the EMA, 21 EMA. So that's like, oh, that's a good sign. But literally 3 hours later, lost it. And then the bears double slapped them with this larger candle of about $100 down. So the bears are like, no, bitch, we're not done. They also got it back above and regained their dominance on DMI plus the 21 EMA. So that's pretty important there. And so it kind of gave you warning, but for a little while it was just neutral right here, just like back here and just like back over here, and more like we discussed in this range before it popped from that 66 level. It was neutral. So you are seeing divergence in the hour. We talked about it a little bit, but when you do this such of a big move, you have to have time to consolidate. We discussed that literally the day it happened. We were making a video and I said it's going to go sideways for a couple days. And I'm not trying to be like, oh, see, I know what I'm talking about. It's more just like, I want, because price does the same thing a lot of times. Like, you just have to be wary of that and learn how to trade. Like, it doesn't matter even what it is, Bitcoin or gold or oil or the S&P 500, whatever. So, but now we are starting to see it. Enough time's gone by where we're starting to see slight divergences on the 4 hour. I would say like right now with this week close below 62, 6,100 is definitely on a daily below that is not going to look hot. And the minor divergence you're not really seeing as much on the RSI like you are, but you're still, bears are still in control as they are too on the DMI. But there is a little bit more divergence in the DMI you can see right here. So be cautious out there. Don't jump on the bear train. Let price confirm that first if you want to enter a new trade. But right now that bear trade has already come to fruition. All right. Happy trading, ladies and gents. Again, this is No Noise Research with Z-Rex. Check out the other videos. I timestamp them all. I talk about a lot of the price action. And we did play this run up here. And targeted actually the mid 7,000s all the way from back in here like a week and a half, 2 weeks before it even went down. So, check that out. We're trying to just provide learning tools so you can trade by yourself. You don't actually want to go on and ask people like, well, what's the price going to next week or this or that. That's just mental masturbation. It's just for fun, and it is fun. It's fun to even make a little bet with your friends on the side. I bet you 20 bucks or the bar tab next time. Bitcoin will be over. But man, you cannot trade like that in real life to make money or preserve capital. That is very dangerous. All right? And that's turning into gambling. It's fun, and it's for entertainment purposes only. Just like this stream. All right, guys. I will see y'all tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Saturday night. Be safe out there. Much love and peace.